Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, once again, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for video number 2 on your Saturday evening, March the 7th, 2026. Thank you for watching right here on the former home of the Gilmore Chronicles, now known as the Dark and Evil Shadows Lair 2.0. This is episode number 106 of the Shadows Lair 2.0 series. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit the subscribe button down in the Shadows Lair, otherwise known as the description box below on this channel. Show my other channels your love and support as well. All the links are down below, so you can't miss it. If you do, you need to get slapped. But, because you're blind as fuck. And that's that. So, hit the subscribe button on this channel, my other channels as well. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but if you leave stupid comments, you get sent to that Shadow Realm, and Ozzy and Saint will come out and pretty much eat your soul. So don't do it. Go do it on your dead channel. Nobody cares about it. And if you don't like it, tough shit. Better than weak shit, but it's tough shit. But anyway, tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Share the video all over the internet and all that good shit. And because if you don't tap and slap that bell, you're SOL. We know what that means by now. If you don't know, you're stupid. And that's that. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab the tasty cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, go fuck yourself. And get out of here. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday evening, March the 7th, 2026. Video number 2 on your Saturday. Check out my SmackDown review over on my main channel, Killer Demon 669. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as the description box. So, and if you don't like me saying gobbledygook, too bad. Gobbledygook, gabagool, bungool. Go smoke another doobie, but I digress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on your Saturday, hope you had a great day, and, well, if not, too bad for you, bitches! And that's that. Alright, we got Nxt Vengeance Day coming up in a little bit, so, right now, everything I'm saying right now is gonna happen right now. But what happened to then? Fuck you, get out of here, you missed it, bitch. And that's pretty much it. By the way, if you don't like Spaceballs, fuck you. Greatest movie, well, one of the greatest movies of the 80s. There's a lot, but that one, that's a classic. But I digress. I digress on that. Alright, anyway. We move on with that. Alright, so, speaking of Vengeance Day, it is time on your Saturday evening, getting close to Saturday night. Don't forget to turn your clock forward at 2 a.m., because if you don't, well, you're waking up late. That's all I'm going to say. But we have that. Alright, so on episode 106 of the Shadows Lair 2.0 series, it is time for your NXT Vengeance Day predictions. Vengeance Day comes your way tonight from the Performance Center in Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. Alright. First pay-per-view of the year for NXT, and first pay-per-view of the year for interim GM Robbie E. or Robert Stone. So, looks like a pretty good card. Got 2 title matches, got a couple of fights, and my cousin's on the show. So, let's get into the predictions. 5 matches on the show, so this will probably be over by 9:30-ish. We'll see. But let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. Alright, as always, I'm taking it from the Wikipedia page, and we're going bottom up this time. So we're going to start off with my cousin. You know him, you love him. He's my actual cousin. Oh, he's getting ready. I can't bother him right now. But he's my cousin, and that's Tony D'Angelo, who later on, after he's done whipping Dion Lennox's ass, he's gonna call his brother Salvatore, and he's gonna send me a big old plate of calamari, and I don't even have to pay him that much. I have to pay him $2. Sadly, you have to go to your local restaurant and pay $13.50 for it, bitches. Ha! I'm not lying. So, well, about the $13.50 maybe, but my cousin, I don't lie about that. But anyway, my cousin Tony D'Angelo, he's taking on the leader of Dark State, or as I call them, Deuces and Jokers, and that's Dion Lennox. Now, we saw Tony D pretty much almost murder, Cutler James, and, he's been back. Tony D's been back for a while after, well, we don't know who attacked him in the restaurant. The last time we saw him was in the restaurant, and they had a Sopranos-type ending. We don't know what happened. Still don't even know what happened. I don't even think Tony D told us when he came back. He didn't really say anything. He just had a new look, like he's Craven the Hunter almost, with that dark that jacket and everything. Still the full-blooded Italian we know and love, but he came back for two reasons. One, the NXT World Title, and two, they get rid of Dark State. So I'm thinking Dark State had a thing or two to do with that whole segment, but who knows? But anyway, so like I said, he's back, and he's going right after Dark State. He wants to get rid of them, and he put a number on Cutler James in his first match back. And, looking in on the NXT World Title scene now that that guy named Joe Hendry has it, and Ricky Starks had it, even Oba when he had it, when he was in NXT, before he left, and just pretty much said, "Oh, I'm retiring the belt, going to the main roster." But anyway, so we got that. So over the last couple of weeks, he's pretty much been hounding Dark State. Like I said, beat up Cutler James, and as we saw this past Tuesday, he came in with a crowbar, ready to beat the fuck out of Dark State. He got Osiris Griffin, or so we think. We don't even know if it was him, but most likely it was. So now Dion's like, all right, I'm going to finish this guy off, right? So it's going to come to a head tonight. I can't go wrong. I got to go with my cousin here. My cousin is going to whip Dion Lennox's fucking ass. I know Saquon Sugars and Cutler James will be at ringside and try to get involved. Maybe if Osiris Griffin is alive and awake, he'll try to come down. So I know Tony D's got the numbers disadvantage, but still, it's my cuz. So I'm going to go with Tony D'Angelo to get the win. And that's 2 down. We're pretty much 3 down, 1 to go. So Saquon Sugars, you better look behind your look behind you, because you got an angry Italian coming after your fucking ass. Just saying. Alright, so my cousin will win the match. Tony D gets the win. Alright, then we got a street fight between the two lovely ladies. We got Ms. Parker. Gina Parker takes on, one beautiful piece of ace, and that's Blake Monroe. Oh my. These girls have been going at it pretty much since Jada came back. She's had Blake Monroe's number and a target on her, and came to a head this past Tuesday when they went at it. Even the week before that, they went at it, but this past Tuesday they went at it, and Jada cost Blake her speed tournament match against Thea Hale, which I thought was ridiculous. But even though Blake Monroe should have not have been in that tournament, but it is what it is. I get that. And then we saw last week Blake Monroe comes out in black after the fight earlier in the night. She comes out later in the show and says, "Hey Jada, how about me and you? You disrespected me, now I'm gonna disrespect you. And we're going to have a fight. We're going to have a street fight in Atlanta, GA. GA's like, let's do it. So, this is going to be barbaric. I got to go with my girl, Blake Monroe. It's tough, but I got to go with Blake on this one. Because, well, even though she's lost most of the street fights she's been in, if you saw the whole Tony Storm thing in AEW, you know. But, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But I'm going to go with Blake Monroe to get the win. Because if she loses, I mean, it's like, what? I mean, you come to NXT, you win the North American Championship, then you lose on a technicality, stupid fucking ref, lose it to Thea Hale, then you have the rematch, she loses that, I mean, no fucking sense there. Then you put her in the speed tournament, she loses again to Thea Hale, so 3 times, why? That's, Hickenbottom's fault, Shawn Michaels' fault, for doing her wrong. She should have been on the main roster by now. But I digress. So, and Jada just came back from injury. So, I don't know. So, I'm going to go with Blake Monroe to win the street fight, and that's that. Then, we got the return of the NXT Underground match. Basically, no ropes, blood sport type match, if you follow CCW and GCW, really. Josh Harnett. Bloodsport, we see Shayna Baszler, Natty has been in it, Karen Petrovic, I mean, I think Ivy Nile was in one. So, that type of style match. No ropes, MMA style fight. So we got Lola Faisese, who pretty much is undefeated in these type of matches. I believe she's 3-0. She takes on Kaylani Jordan, former TNA Knockouts champion, former North American champion. Mrs. Him. So, they are going to fight, and, the last time, they've been going at it for a while, and Kaylani injured Lola Vice's hand, which he pretty much uses her back fist with, and injured her. Then they had a match, and Lola pretty much almost broke her hand completely after spinning back fist into the wall above the balcony. And Kaylani won the match there. Now they're doing NXT Underground, but as we saw on Tuesday, Lola went to Dr. Martin, and Dr. Martin said, you shouldn't even be fighting because you're running the risk of pretty much damaging your hand and not having the use of your hand anymore. So Lola's like, no, I'm a fighter. We're gonna do this match, and I'm gonna beat her ass. So that's gonna come into play, and I know Kaylani's gonna go right after the injured hand, right at the start, and I can't see Lola losing an NXT Underground match. This is her type of match. I can't see it. So I'm gonna go with Lola Vice to pick up the win. Kind of tie up this little feud at one piece. Maybe they have another match after that. I don't know. But Lola Vice gotta win this match. Because, really, Kaylani has nothing to prove in this match. Really nothing to prove, other than she's better than her. And, she beat Lola Vice in her own type of match. But I'm gonna go with Lola to get the win here. That's that. Alright, then we got a singles match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. We got the champion, Bookie Hogan Brother 2.0, Izzy Dame, taking on the creepy girl, former champion, Tatum Paxley. These girls have been going at it for the last month or two. When Tatum won the title, Tatum was NXT Women's Champion after beating JC Jane, then losing it back to JC Jane, thanks to Izzy, who turned heel after being her bestie in the Cuckling for a little bit. And then Izzy shocked the world and won the North American Championship. And successful defenses against Tatum. She had one match against Tatum, and that really didn't end well for Tatum, but we got that. So then they had to face the sit-down on NXT, where they're talking right next to the dollhouse and everything, and Tatum's like, I'm gonna, being weird. And Izzy's like, okay. And then she got old man and pretty much destroys the dollhouse. So, it's gonna come to a head. I'm gonna go with Izzy to retain. I mean, if they give it to Tatum, okay, but probably be another transitional champ, but who knows. So I'm gonna go with Bookie Hogan 2.0, Izzy Dame to get the win and retain the NXT Women's North American title. And that's that. Alright, there we go to probably your main event of the evening for the NXT World title. We got the champ, below average Joe Hendry, takes on the number one contender and former champion, Absolute Ricky Starks. So, this should be good. Joe Hendry winning the NXT Championship in that 6-way ladder match. And him and Ricky were fighting for the belt. And Joe Hendry, knocked Ricky off the ladder onto a bridge ladder. Then he takes down the title. And then, over the last couple of weeks, Ricky's coming back, says, I want the title and everything. And then we saw the Ricky Saints experience this past Tuesday, which ended in chaos, thanks to a certain guy, named Joe Hendry, who ruined his concert. And then even at the end of the night, Joe and Miles took out Ethan Page and Ricky Saints, who's been aligned now with Ethan Page and the Varsity Project, Jackson Drake, Brett Baylor, and Smokes, the NXT Tag Team Champions, which is really weird there. And Jackson Drake, the Evolve Champion, he won at Succession, the Evolve mini show. So we got that. So we got a nice little faction going with the Vanity Project, Ethan Page, and now Ricky Saints. Ricky's looking to get the title back, I believe, for the second time. Does he get it? No. I think Joe Hendry's going to retain. Sucks. I have to go with Joe. I mean, I like Ricky too, but, this is Joe Hendry. I think his second title defense. So, but I think Ricky's going to go to the main roster pretty soon. Maybe Joe Hendry as well, eventually when he loses. I think Joe Hendry might lose at Stand and Deliver, coming up in April. So that's the next pay-per-view coming up pretty much a month from now. So after this one, we go 3 weeks for build-up to Stand and Deliver on April the 4th. That's a Saturday night in St. Louis, Missouri. This is not going to be WrestleMania weekend, which is great for production people and everything, for the wrestlers too. Unless they don't have to get up at 8 a.m. Pacific time just to get to the fucking arena. Get dressed and get ready and do the rehearsal and all that shit. And the fans the same way. Well, they just have to get up and get to the arena after having a nice little mini breakfast. So don't have to do that this WrestleMania. Unless you go into, the events before WrestleMania. Like WrestleMania World and, Super Show and all that. Not the Super Show, Superstore and all that other stuff they do before WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday. The cons and, the indie shows before Mania and after Mania. Just hanging out at the Strip, down in Vegas. So, but anyway. So yeah, so Joe Hendry's going to get the win and retain the NXT title. And we'll see what happens with that. So, as we're going into the pay-per-view, about a couple minutes away, so my final predictions, once again, my cousin Tony D beating Dion Lennox, Blake Monroe to beat Jada Parker in a street fight, Lola Vice to win her NXT Underground match against Mrs. Kaylani Jordan, Izzy Dane to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship against Tatum Paxley, and once again, below average Joe Hendry to retain the NXT World title over Ricky Starks. And that's it. So let me know your thoughts and opinions and your predictions for Vengeance Day down below in the comment section. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright. NXT Vengeance Day is going to be on the air in a couple minutes. So let's watch it. Have some fun. Have a sensible dinner. We'll talk about it tomorrow on the Peter Joseph channel. But after the pay-per-view, we're going to be talking about some AEW wrestling. We're going to talk about Dynamite. And then we're gonna talk about Collision tomorrow as well. It's probably be tomorrow night. Because I do got errands to run tomorrow. Got some Sunday dinner as well. And all that other good shit. So, that's it. So, later on, AEW Dynamite. Tomorrow, Vengeance Day review. And your Collision review. And we're pretty much back on schedule, hopefully. And anything comes your way later on in tonight or tomorrow, or even Monday afternoon before we get to Monday Night Raw. We'll talk about it, and that's pretty much it. Before I go, I'd like to send my condolences out to the family of Lou Holtz, legendary Notre Dame football coach, who passed away a couple days ago at the age of 89. I was going to do a video, but I got backed up, so I'm just going to pay my respects now on this video. So the Lou Holtz, great man, a great coach, one of my favorite coaches in college football, and I don't root for Notre Dame as much as I did when he was coach, but national titles galore for him, just an amazing coach, amazing analyst, even when he retired from Notre Dame, and, just a great man, and sadly passed away at the age of 89 years old. So, the Lou Holtz, thank you, sir, and now he's coaching with Vince Lombardi and everybody else in that big football stadium in the sky, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to go watch NXT Vengeance Day, and, eat my dinner, and then go to bed. After I do my Dynamite review, and go to bed. Alright, so I'll see you guys later tonight, over on my Peter Joseph channel, but watch my SmackDown review on my main channel, Killer Demon 669, and, all the other videos on my respective channels as well. Give you a love and support. Hit the subscribe button down below. Smash that like button to death. Like I said, leave a comment, but only stupid comments, you'll get sent to the Shadow Realm and beaten severely. And that's pretty much it. So until next time, my friends, rock on and rock hard with your cuckoo. And if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. Until next time, have a great rest of your evening, and a great rest of your Saturday night, and a great weekend too. And until I see you next time, I got another thing to say. Peace.